What is up, everybody? Jeffrey McAvoy here. It's so good to be back. I'm really happy to be in front of the camera again. I've had lots of trouble keeping my main business afloat, which is why I didn't have much time for messing around on YouTube. So yeah, and right now, you know, I've fed up to there with wrenching. So hopefully I can just start making videos again. I've decided to take the time to make videos, and that's finally, you know, I'm self-employed, I'm my own boss, I can do whatever the f I want. We went just past 1,000 subs, which is fantastic, which has unlocked the community tab in the main page of my YouTube channel. So do check it out. I've given a bit of information about what's been going on. And there's a poll on there which you can participate in and hopefully, you know, help me guide where this channel is going. Because I personally love making car videos. I find that it's, you know, it's great fun. Wrenching and the how-tos, you know, sometimes it can be interesting. It's a huge amount of work to put these videos together. It's very time consuming, hence why there haven't been many of those lately. Crawling videos are great fun as well. It's time out in the forest, on the trails, it's messing around, and yeah, so just let me know what type of content you guys would like to see. You know, I'm doing this for you guys. Something brand new on this channel is going to be a tech talk show about RC cars. Now, I've met, as you can meet somebody in 2020 or 2021 as it were, through the comments of one of my videos. Now his name is Carl. He runs a YouTube channel called Me Him RC. The link is definitely in the description. And yeah, we sort of clicked, dare I say, because he found an issue about the clicking. He found a solution to the issue about the clicking gearbox in the Traxxas TRX4. So from there on, you know, we started calling each other, and we thought, you know, let's host our own talk show. Why the heck not? We're our own bosses, you know. We're both passionate about the RC business, and so you know, we thought, why the heck not? Let's just do this. So we're going to host a tech talk show called RC Tech Talk, where we won't be talking about gardening, that's for sure. And it's going to be hosted partly on my channel, partly on his channel as well, so we can hopefully combine all our viewers together and put out some useful information for the thousands of millions of people out there who are hopefully interested in the stuff that we do. So we're going to kick off with a talk about batteries and sort of debunk and demystify the batteries. As you know, I've decommissioned the battery of this TRX4 and I bought a new one. So how did I choose it? How did I select which one I actually bought, which is currently in the LiPo safe bag, which I purchased as well. And so we are going to kick off by talking about that. So Carl, my friend, are you there?
Happy days, good morning, good afternoon.
Well, there we go. Looks like we're live.
We're live, that's what it is. We are live.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah, this obviously isn't scripted at all. We have absolutely no idea what we're doing or how to go about it. So.
The joy of RC, though, who knows what they're doing at any time.
So the first topic that we wanted to talk about was batteries, right?
Batteries, yes. I think batteries are a very, very important topic.
Got your LiPo bags as well.
Yeah,
Always
LiPo
good
bags.
to have a LiPo bag.
Anything really, little LiPo safe, they come in really, really handy.
I actually had never thought of buying one until buying that new battery. It's just that I realized that it was so cheap that you know, it's sort of cheap insurance as well.
For the price that you do pay on a LiPo battery compared to the rest of your house, your equipment or anything like that, it's imperative.
I thought so too. What did get me worried was when the battery that I decommissioned was considerably swollen. So I actually left it outside in the letterbox, like 10 meters away from the house. Right. Just to make sure that if it bursts in flames, it does so in the letterbox and not inside the house.
Definitely precaution.
So yeah, I decommissioned it and got the well, thanks to your recommendations, the with a hard case, which is pretty cool.
Hard case is where you want to be. Even if you're bashing, even if you're crawling or anything like that, hard case is what you want. Soft cases, they're going to bend on you. If you take too many tumbles and they come out of the car and it punches, you've had it.
Absolutely, yeah. You would know that, surely, with all the backflips you've been doing.
Unfortunately, I've had an accident or two with the batteries.
So, yeah, I am definitely happy about the hard case. I'm absolutely new to this kind of stuff. It's the first time I actually have to select a battery by myself, because when I bought the TRX4, I just bought whatever the bloke on the other side of the counter
So you just
told me to get.
the guy, yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't.
Most people would be.
So that's what I did. Now I did get kind of confused with all the different
C ratings and stuff.
Yeah, the ratings and all that kind of stuff. So the most important, the one that I do know about, is the MAH, which is milliamps per hour.
Yeah, the mAh.
Which is the mAh, yeah, which is the battery capacity. Sort of like the size of the fuel tank, as it were.
It is. So, the size of the fuel tanks, yeah, definitely. And the C rating comes down to the size of the fuel line. Yeah,
that's it. So to take any other confusion out of all that, the one that I got is 5,500 mAh, which is not bad.
Yeah,
I think.
It's great.
The one I had before was 4,000, and so hopefully this should deal a little longer, last a little longer. I could crawl for about a couple of hours on that 4,000. So we'll see about this 5,500. I obviously have added a few things onto the TRX4. Not only weight, but there is that oil pump that I told you about, and the active suspension.
You see a little bit of weight. The TRX4's got 4 servos already, and you've added an extra 4.
Yeah, which is insane. I weighed it the other day, and it weighs almost 5 kilos now. So
that is heavy.
It is quite heavy. So I'm hoping that this battery will help.
Definitely
push it around.
You've got all BEC set up and stuff.
Yeah. So awesome. the other figures you were talking about was the C rating. What's that
C
about?
rating. So I've got one here. It's a Gens Ace. Just bashing. It's 5,000 milliamps and it's 50C discharge. For me, it's fantastic. It gives you enough punch out the gate with a 50C discharge.
Right.
And that's what you'll notice straight away. Actually, with your C discharge is just an instant punch in your acceleration. Right.
Well, the video you did about the battery comparisons was actually quite interesting. On
it was
that,
just a random, you're out there, you realised, like, hang on a second, I've got 3 batteries here with different C ratings, different mAhs, and I just want to see how it would affect the car. And for me, you can see on the video when you take off, it really makes a difference. Yeah,
it does pack a punch. The bigger the C rating in the end.
And not just that though, it's not just the C rating, but it's the mAh as well. So like say that you're used to running 2,000 mAh and you put a 4,000 mAh in, that itself will give you that extra little bit punch as well.
Right, okay. That is good to know. And also depending on the way you use the vehicle, if you have mostly fast vehicles like the ones that you have.
I generally have faster vehicles, so I need the C rating to obviously keep up with the ESC. Because if you haven't got enough C rating to give to the ESC, which that feeds the motor, it'll kind of back up into your battery, and that'll actually swell your battery.
Right. Okay. Didn't know that.
If your ESC is asking so much of your battery, and your battery hasn't got the fuel line to pump it out, it'll just puff on you straight away.
Okay, that is good to know, most definitely. So if you're trying to draw too much power than what it can give,
definitely.
That's going to have that effect.
The analogy, how they've got the analogy set, so the fuel line system, like if you were to try and push too much through a fuel line, it would probably get a pinhole, wouldn't it, somewhere in the line?
Yeah.
Except the battery doesn't give you a pinhole, the battery just puffs and explodes.
Right, yeah. Not cool. In other words.
Not cool, my friend. Definitely not.
Not a cool thing to happen. For sure. So for typical bashers like you're using, what would be the typical rating that you would go for?
Well, straight away, highest more you can get. The highest more the better, because that's just fun time as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Yeah, and that also does affect the weight of the battery, doesn't it?
It does,
and
dramatically.
And the space it takes.
So this one here, so I'll hold it on the side. That there is a 3S battery. And I've got some smaller ones here, which are 2S. And even if I held them up side by side and put them quite close into the camera, there's not actually that much difference between some of the batteries. But obviously the volume then, that accounts to quite a bit.
I haven't fully had the opportunity to test this battery just yet, so we'll see about the duration.
The duration should be fantastic.
It should be, hopefully. Now, I do have an extra BEC drawing current for the active suspension system, so I have no idea how long it's going to.
That's what you've got to do, my friend. You've got to run that test.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, I have to take the TRX4 now.
That's it.
What have I done?
It's going to be one of them where obviously you don't want it to run out so long, but then can you imagine if it just takes ages? I mean, it would be like you stumbled across a miracle, really.
It would be. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll figure it out. Yeah, typically with the 4000 Mar 3S that I used to run, I would get 2 hours of run time.
That's awesome.
And obviously
2 hours
with a crawler.
Time.
Pardon?
2 hours run time.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, give or take. So that's sort of my benchmark, I'd say, for duration. So now we'll see with this one with bigger capacity. Hopefully it'll last a little longer. But on the other hand, I am drawing a lot more current than previously, and dragging a lot more weight as well.
Well, you are definitely. I mean, you need a battery that's got plenty of give. Definitely. So you need them all for like obviously longevity, and then you need the C rating to just keep up, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I'll definitely have to.
The thing is, so for C rating, because C ratings generally, when I've ever heard of it, people are just saying C rating for your ESC to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
What about crawling? My question is that I have not got an answer for is crawling bad for your batteries? Because
in a sense that it doesn't discharge it fast enough.
It's not discharging it fast enough. And the motor's never wanting, it's never asking enough. You know what I mean? Because it's going so slow. And then the ESC, I mean, I don't know. That's one question I really haven't got an answer to. Another thing to note to that is through bashing, like when you're accelerating your car hard, you use more amp at the start of your run. So like just getting the car moving basically, that's the highest amp draw. And then it generally levels out. So because you're crawling and you're at that low RPM, are you constantly asking too much then of the battery?
Yeah, probably. I'd say it's when you're crawling, it would be good to have a mix of both.
Yeah.
And it is something that I do every now and then. When you're out on the trails or something, when you're going from one area to the next, put it in a higher range and go flat out for a bit.
Oh, definitely.
Not especially thinking of the condition of the batteries, mainly to get to the other area quicker. But I'm sure it does the battery. It works the battery out somewhat. I should think.
But you've got to iron it out somehow. I mean, it trickle charges. It's saying that it wants to be used at a certain rate. I think the best thing to do is just give it to it sometimes.
Probably. And what's interesting with the ESC, which is built into the TRX4, is that it has that minimum voltage limit. So it'll just go into a sort of limp mode to tell you that the battery's nearly dead. Have you had that already?
Yeah, I've had that already. Yeah.
First time it happened to me, I was like, what the hell's going on here? It's broken already.
And it literally just comes in at like a Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. That's when you know it's time to start heading back.
Yeah.
So that's a useful feature, because apparently lipos are very sensitive to over discharge and can be damaged, and it can be dangerous as well.
You never ever want to go below 3 volts. Never below 3 volts.
Yeah, that's it per cell. Yeah.
So really, when it comes to that, you know, if you do actually notice that your car's stopped, don't drive it back to you. Don't even push that extra out of it. Go and pick your car up, because you're going to damage your battery.
Good to know. Good to know. And also, I don't know if yours does that, but when mine enters limp mode, I can't turn the ESC off.
Oh, you've got to like kind of hold the button in a little bit.
You do, but even if I stay on it, it'll just keep flashing red.
Right. I've never had that issue of turning it off. I've had cold starts on the 2S. The TRX4, the receiver, the ESC, sorry, I've got, it does not like 2S batteries. It just cold starts on you.
Right. Okay, that's weird. So I'll just pull the battery off and then set it to charging. Charging is also another aspect with which I had to learn quite a lot in a very short amount of time, because after reading a lot about safety issues and batteries overheating and bursting into flames, it sort of got me thinking, you have to find a way to do this safely. Got this thing from High Tech, which is very basic. It's also the one which I bought when with the TRX4, which the model shop sold to me. It's very simple. You just plug in the battery, plug it in the wall, and when the light here stops flashing, just unplug it and you're ready to go. That's what the guy told me, and so I thought that was maybe a little too simplistic and not enough information to satisfy my fears, I'd say. So what I did afterwards was to get one of these IMax chargers, the same as you have, I believe.
That's right, and even then you've definitely got the original in the white box.
I do.
So I mean, my IMax came in some horrendous black box.
Okay.
Let's reach around here. So this is the IMax B6 that I received. Absolute counterfeit of it. It's a 2S LiPo, so it's a 7.4 volt. It comes with the 124019, that's a WL Toys.
Okay.
And the more on that battery is 2200 more. And I've caught the charger, charging it I think it's 2300 or something more, and it's just kept on going.
That's not a good idea. Actually, so the on my side here, this is really the first ever time I have something like this, which you have to program yourself. You really need to read very carefully the instructions and understand what you're doing. So the rule of thumb for charging, from what I understand, is to use the capacity.
Yeah, it is. So it's your more basically, because that's, if you look at the mAh, the milliamp hours, the amp is in that. It tells you.
Yeah. So 1 milliamp, so 1,000 milliamps equals to 1 amp.
Yeah.
So so I charged it at 5.5. Might have been somewhat of a dare, I don't know.
To max it out on its amperage.
Yeah, I sort of maxed it out. I thought, well, that's what everybody seems to be saying, so I thought I'd give that a shot.
Yep.
And it was before yesterday. I was charging the battery, and the thing started beeping at me. So obviously, keeping an eye on these things while they're charging, most definitely at all times. I always did that, even with the other charger that I had.
Yeah.
But with this one, especially because it's new and I don't know it, and I'm not entirely sure of the way that I programmed it, if it's safe or not. But I was happy to know that it did beep and stop charging instantly.
Yeah.
So my other concern is, do I really have a 5,500 milliamp hour battery?
You will have.
If it's not charging that much.
I believe that charger would have got you up to 5,500 milliamps. I find these quite important. Is They're just little capacity controllers. So like obviously when you switch your battery in, it plugs into your balance port. So like obviously just on the top here, I'll just show this camera. So it's got 1, 2, and 3, and that tells you how many cells you're on. But you just plug it in there, and you can actually go through your cell count, and it'll just go cell 1. It'll tell you what
what voltage it has.
Yeah.
The Sky RC device has that feature built in, which is quite useful. And among other things, I did go full out and got the temperature sensor, as well, which you wrap around the battery.
I see.
Not entirely sure if it's something absolutely useful because it has the hard case. So I'm not entirely sure it senses the actual battery temperature. Now, the other interesting thing is that it senses the internal temperature of the battery.
Right.
So it does tell you, and it gets pretty hot in there. I had no idea it gets so high. The alarm is set to go off if temperature exceeds 60 degrees Celsius, which is quite a lot.
Right.
And the temperature goes up to 55, 57, apparently on the inside of the battery now.
On the inside of the battery. So even if I'm holding a soft case battery in my hand like that, and it isn't hot to me, the actual inside of the battery is roughly 56.
Well, that's what the device says.
Wow.
I also find it hard to believe, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if that's what it is, I mean, the only other way to test that would just be have a heat gun on the battery as you're testing it.
I suppose, yeah, but with the hard case again, you don't really feel anything.
No, definitely. I mean, even like I say with the soft case, you don't really feel anything.
Yeah, so it did kind of get me worried when I saw the temperature go so high. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's going to burst in flames and burn the house down. But
just dive for the stop button. Stop!
Yeah, but no, apparently it's perfectly normal.
Awesome, yeah. So on your Sky RC, do you press the right button to get into the counter where it tells you volts per cell?
Excellent question. I'd have to turn it on to try. I think so.
I do believe it'll be the right-hand key once it's on charge.
Yeah, it's got the enter and start button, and so it asks also a confirmation of which number of cells you're running.
Yes.
So you program the number of cells and confirm, and the battery is going to sense actually the number of cells, and you have to confirm that, which is very important as well.
I think that's a really good feature, just in case you've actually got a 2S battery, for instance, and you forgot to change it from your 3S setting, and you go to charge it up, that would actually put 11.1 volts or attempt to in a 2S battery.
Yeah, that would not be good. That would not end well for sure.
So
that is good. And from what I've read also in the manual, you can memorize up to 10 charging profiles, which is pretty cool. If you have different batteries for different uses, you can program the way it charges. And so if you have such battery, you choose program 1, and then you program it for the other batteries that you have. And I found that feature also very, very interesting.
Right.
And yeah, it does have at the back a little holographic sticker on it, with which you have a serial number, which you need to scratch through it, and then you go onto their website, and you can check if it's authentic, if it's within the database, then you've got a genuine item. If it's been checked multiple times, then either you have a second-hand unit or it's been
pretty handy
forged.
To tell that it actually comes up whether or not, like, you know, it's been second-hand or anything like that.
It tells you the number of times the authentication took place. Wow. So I did it once. If I were to do it again to verify, or if I were to give this to you and you verify, then it would count 2 times, and that's on the website. So you can definitely tell if yours is brand new or not, which is also a good feature. Apparently, it's one of these things which gets often forged, and lots of fakes are going around.
Well, unfortunately, I'd have to say I've got a fake. I'd definitely say I've got a fake.
Right. Well, yeah, I bought it from the Sky RC website, in fact. So I thought that was a decent way to make sure that you're getting a real one.
and just so everybody knows, I did get mine from Banggood. So there's your warning there, guys.
Not a surprise, yeah. So there you go.
And
I actually registered as a trade customer with Sky RC, so I am able to sell these now. So I might as well put.
Awesome.
So I might sell these IMax V6. Why not? You know, put them on my website. See if there's any interest.
I would do so. So.
It's got that covered. Charging is definitely something which sort of frightens me, so I'll be keeping a close eye on the settings. I obviously turned down the charge rate so that it doesn't trip off the security features anymore.
Yeah.
But definitely keeping that in check. But I'm very happy with that purchase in any case. And last but not least, the LiPo safe bag. Yeah. That's a first for me. It's, I guess it's like if you do it without a condom, you know what I'm saying? You're taking a risk, man.
That's it only takes once. It only takes one.
Yeah, this is really cheap insurance. It costs, I don't know, $10-12. So it's really cheap. You have a few of these, don't you?
Well, because I've got different size cars, I feel like for the 1 in 12 scale, 1 in 14 scales, these little square size batteries, the little pouches, they come in handy. You can pack these with like say 8, maybe 10. And
it's very cheap.
For the Basher ones, because these are longer, obviously these are quite long, then I went for the longer LiPo bag.
Right.
And you can still get 2 or 3 in those as well. So, I mean, that's more than enough playtime for anybody, I'd say.
I suppose so, yeah. I suppose so. I really should have kept the old battery that I decommissioned and set fire to it inside the LiPo safe bag. I am very curious. I am very curious to see how it...
If you're going to do it, just get a cheap LiPo bag. Don't do it in your Gen Z.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No, when I decommission this battery, when it goes dead, then that'll be the opportunity, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about setting the battery up because I've got one that's puffed a few times, and I've still charged it as well, even though it has puffed up a few times.
Right.
I've squashed it back down, and I've done some really crude things to this battery that you probably shouldn't.
Right.
But I was thinking about shooting it with the air rifle, so we'll see how that goes.
From a distance, from a safe distance, absolutely.
Oh, yep, 30 yards, you know. Have it all bricked in.
Of course. Definitely. I'm pretty sure if you go down to the local fire brigade and just tell them you'd like to make a research about it, might be a good idea, to have at least a safe environment. They're equipped and they know also how to deal with LiPo fires.
Yeah. It's the fumes as well that come off them. They're absolutely toxic, the fumes that come off them.
Probably, yeah. It's probably not healthy at all. It is lithium and other stuff in there, so that can't be very healthy for sure.
Definitely not.
For sure. Yeah, it is an interesting topic, I'd say, to have covered. So I don't know if you have anything else to add about batteries, charging, LiPo bags or whatever.
I'd like people to comment. I'd like to hear what other people have got to say about this.
Absolutely.
Especially from bashing to crawling, we all know that the higher C rating is what you want for your bashing. The minimum C rating I'd ever take for bashing is 50C. But when it comes to crawling, I asked the question, what C rating should we be having?
Fantastic. Anything else to add about batteries and all that?
No, I do not, dude. Other than the hard case, yet again, I'd just add in the fact the hard cases or soft cases dead now with all the bashing going on.
Good question. I have no idea. I wasn't even aware that hard cases were available. I always thought that it would be something to have, definitely, because you'll be knocking around these little things all over the place. So definitely hard cases would be the way to go.
A hard case is the way to go, but every battery that you ever get supplied with your car seems to be a soft case.
The one I got was a soft case indeed.
See?
Yeah.
So
I think that with flying RCs, they usually use the soft packaging because obviously you want to be as light as you can.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But I wouldn't know that. I like the big heavy stuff, man.
That's it. I like me little fast things like this.
Yeah. It does look like a nifty piece of kit there.
That's the one I just had out in the video doing loads of backflips.
Is that the one that you broke again?
Yeah, but it's fixed. It's running again.
It's fixed. You fixed it.
It's running again. Just needs a new pinion on now, and I've got loads. So.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering if you found it in the grass or something, or.
The pinion. I actually found the pinion.
Hello. Lost you, man. Sorry guys, that's technology for you. You know, technical issues, they do happen. So that's a wrap. It was huge fun to shoot this, and I hope that you guys found it interesting. Make sure you check out the community tab, which has now been unlocked, and write down a comment about what you thought of this type of format of video, because it's absolutely new for both of us, for both Carl and I, to shoot this kind of content. So we do hope that it's going to be interesting for you guys, and that you will appreciate it, and that you will you know, find maybe ideas of topics that you would like to see discussed, and or debunked or demystified or whatever. You know, we are here to serve the RC community, and hopefully you know, make the world a better place. You know, that's what we are all about. It's just sharing the information and the experience that we have gained through trial and error, and through Carl's breaking stuff, because he bashes a lot. He fixes it and he finds solutions. I'm a professional mechanic, so it's my job, and obviously bringing the automotive technology into the RC world is something that I find extremely amusing. It's completely nuts, it's off the charts, it's you know, it's new, and it's fun. I just find it fun. I find it interesting. I hope you guys do too. So thank you all for sticking around. It's been a great experience so far, and you know, let the channel live on with even more crazy radio controlled content, and test drives, and whatever. It's going to be fun to do. So I'll be catching you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and well, catch you soon. Peace out, everybody. Goodbye. How'd you like my mug? It's on the Teespring store, by the way.